Let me first tell you something. When someone is shot in the chest, even though none of the major arteries or vital organs were damaged, it is still a serious injury. You have to account for the lost blood, the possible lung injury, and probably shattering of the shoulder blade, the scapula. So, sewing at the entry wound and exit wound won't make a gunshot victim fit as a horse in a matter of hours. Hello, namaskar, welcome, swagatam. So, I am talking about the newest Netflix sci-fi action movie. And since this movie deals with a magic pill which instantaneously changes a person on a cellular level, giving them abilities from various other species of animals for a brief period of time, there is no sense in dwelling on minor issues as the facts of wound healing. I mean, the biology is crude either way. Since the moment I watched the trailer for this movie, I was stoked and excited and was really hoping this movie would be good. I mean, look at this! And we have Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the mix. And to my utter delight, the movie delivered. This turned out to be a fast-paced visual feast with the rare accomplishment of being the first movie in 2020 I wish I could have watched on the big screen. And as an added bonus, as far as I know, this movie isn't based on a novel or a comic book. Another rarity in 2020. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not an Oscar type movie. No subtlety, no suspense, no so-called cinematic nuance. And honestly speaking, a wonder drug that gives you temporary superpowers isn't that unique of a premise either. I'm sure you remember Limitless, the Bradley Cooper starred movie which later spawned a network show.
This lets you access all of it.
A tablet a day, and I was limitless.
Anyway, Project Power is just plain old popcorn blockbuster, and that is its greatest strength. The movie doesn't attempt to become something it is not. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and in the process gives us, the viewers, 110 minutes of... oh, what is the word for it? Entertainment. The premise is simple. There is a capsule which, if you ingest it, will give you some superpowers for 5 minutes. Each person is different and each person gets a different manner of power.
You never know what your power is until you try it.
On the surface, this capsule is distributed as a new drug, but soon it becomes the centerpiece of a city-wide super crime surge. In the back of all this is a shady government organization, some people in suits, rich potential buyers, and all that giving us a taste of an organization behind this chaos.
First, we stabilize it. Then we weaponize it.
On the opposite side is the New Orleans cop, Frank, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who wants to get his city free from this drug. There is a young drug dealer with the heart of gold, Robin, played by Dominic Fishback, and the Major, played by Jamie Foxx, who is an ex-army and has personal stakes in this war against the people behind this drug.
You took something from me. I gotta get it back.
Something or someone.
While the cop is trying to reach the roots of this problem through his channels, the Major is trying to reach the source of the drug in his own way. The rapper Robin is the converging factor for them, and as it stands is a perfectly good character shining in the middle of the combined star power of the other two lead actors. The villain is mainly the drug itself, not so much as the people or the organization behind it. I mean, the villains are disposable and forgettable. As I said, this is not a very deep movie, as in there are no moral conflicts, personal dilemmas and all that. But when the shit goes down, shit does go completely berserk, giving rise to a nice climactic scene. I must say, the climax reminded me a little of the climax of the Guardians of the Galaxy, in the sense that spoiler alert for those who have probably been living under a rock for the past few years. The absolute tipping point of the Battle of Xandar was only one small moment when Star-Lord grabs the Power Stone and destroys Ronan with the help of his friends. It was choreographed, scored and presented in such a goosebumps-inducing manner that one might not even realize that it was merely a matter of seconds. Similarly, the overpowering moment in the Project Power's climax was all of a few seconds, stretched and packaged in a satisfying scene which really ended the battle in a most comic book like ending. Afterwards, the story was neatly wrapped in a conclusion while still leaving room for a sequel. I agree that the visual effects, which looked stunning on TV, may not have been so impressive had this movie been released in theaters. But this is the world we live in right now. OTT is the theater of the 2020s. Our own TV screens are the biggest screens we would be able to view anything on for a very long time. So, how those effects might have felt on a large screen is not an assessment to make while reviewing this movie. As it stands, the effects were seamless, crafty, and really well executed. I won't say the mutation effects of the drug didn't remind me of the X-Men movies. Because see, there is hardly a new type of creature mutation or a superpower that we haven't seen in the dozens of comic book movies out there. This one is like Sunspot. This one is like Iceman. There are powers of healing and super strength, all that we have seen before. But that is not the prime focus of the movie. It is how the movie uses the powers and showcases the characters.
It's time to rise. It's time to rise.
First of all, I was convinced that this fire guy would be the climax of the movie because of the amazing look. But it was in the first act of the movie and it didn't disappoint. Then the camouflaging guy, that was so beautifully done that I bet you would love to watch his appearance in the movie multiple times. The camera work is also top notch. Even with all the action and special effects, there is not much confusion and shaky cam. One exceptionally well shot sequence was the 2.5 minute long take, shot from inside a glass cage from the perspective of the caged person, while all around the cage a vicious gunfight was going on. It was a beautiful and amazing combination of excellent CGI, excellent camera work, and great action choreography and astounding editing. Well, because obviously it was not shot in a single take. And I can't review this movie without mentioning Dominic Fishback's rap. Yes, rap songs feature prominently in the movie's soundtrack, but we also see Dominic rapping for real, which was a treat. This movie is one of those rare items on Netflix that prevent people from discontinuing their Netflix subscription. All in all, Project Power was a fun and entertaining popcorn flick which does warrant multiple viewings. Even without an intriguing plot or a compelling villain and a deep and emotional storyline, the Netflix movie Project Power gets from me 8 thumbs ups out of 10. What do you think? Have you watched Project Power yet? Or are you planning to watch it this weekend? Which power did you like the most in this movie? Do let me know your thoughts. As always, I am eagerly looking forward to your comments and feedback. If you liked my review, please leave a thumbs up and do share this video with all your friends. And when you subscribe to my channel, The Versatile Doctor, please do not forget to click this bell icon, which will give you instant notifications of all my uploads. This is all from my side for today. I'll be back with you with another review or another video on any other topic. You have been with Dr. Abhinav Atul, and it is my pride and privilege to be able to connect with you through this video. Namaskar.